I'm a monster, coming home to you. I'm a monster, I'm a monster. What's up, everybody? It's looking like you made it to my channel. Here you can find interviews, reactions, rambling, and more. If you like the content, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you are subscribed, go ahead and hit the like button so I know you want more content. With that being said, I don't want to hold it up any longer because I want to get into the music. Let's get it started. Well, it's been a while, and we're back. However, we're not doing reactions for this. Reactions will come in time. They're not going to be as often for me as they were. I got too much other stuff going on and just don't have enough time to do them. But they are going to be coming for a few artists in the next few days. What's up, Phil? What is up, Phil? So I've been talking to Sith about this for about a week now, and we wanted to do something a little bit different because we've had some things change, and well, now we're gonna break that all down. We got a little podcast. This is Savages Not Saints. We're gonna talk about random things from ancient history to whatever the hell you can imagine, and current news. But we're not getting political. Too much division comes from politics, and that's not something I'm trying to do here. And same with Sith. So basically, Sith, fill it in. Where have you been? He has no audio. Let me see. This profile. All right, say something.
You broke it.
There you go. Now repeat yourself. Hey, it's been quite a while. I'm on a different computer from the one I was on and everything. But go ahead.
So we made a huge move from New York to Florida because of complications with my wife getting COVID. She ended up with pulmonary fibrosis, which pretty much turns your lungs into fiberglass.
Ooh.
The weather in New York kept her pretty much bedridden and in and out of emergency rooms and hospitals at least once or twice every couple of weeks. She'd be in for 5 days here, a couple weeks later, 7 days. So her pulmonologist said that it would be a great idea to move to a more moist, humid climate, especially with salt in the air. You see the Atlantic Ocean behind me. And since being here, she's at the pool every day with the kids, chasing the kids. She goes to the beach, walks around. She's 85% more functional than she was in New York. So, and now we're just trying to start over again.
I know from talking with you a couple of times that we've talked recently, it seems like you guys are doing a lot better health-wise, without question. So that's a big benefit. If that's the only benefit, then it's the benefit worth it.
Well, I mean, with both of us being healthier, I was actually able to get off of disability and transition into a full-time job now, which is why you're not seeing quite as much of me. I work between 40 and 50 hours a week full-time.
Well, nice to see you, 15th.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Also, so what about your reactions? What you doing with them?
Reactions will be back. My days off are going to be Thursdays and Fridays. I'm not going to be able to do all of them live like I was, but I will at least do either Thursday or Friday. I will go live with a few reactions. That way people can come in, hang out. I will also be posting. I'm going to try to post every Sunday. If I get the time to do reactions like later in the day after work, I'm going to record some and then I'll post those up for you guys on Sundays.
Okay. So now it's my turn.
Now it's your turn.
Yeah, now
Because
it's
you
my turn.
disappeared just
But see,
like I did.
I had other things going on. So before that, before I go into this, because this is the long, boring process of me breaking everything down, I'm going to ask you a question, Sith. And this is just going to be a random question that it's so stupid nobody would ask it, but nobody necessarily would know the answer either. Antarctica is considered the driest area on Earth. It is the driest desert on Earth. So my question is, if you go down there with a blowtorch and just use it for 5 minutes, is it no longer in that place? Okay, so now there's the question. It'll give you something to think about. But for me, well, I was taking the month of June off because everybody knows I always preach about it more or less, you could say, men's mental health, because it's not always acknowledged for a lot of people, and I've had a lot of people that I'm friends with break down and go down horrible paths because of men's mental health. So I took the month of June off because that's the men's mental health month. Went live on July 4th. That was supposed to be the comeback, do the fireworks show. And then I had things going on with work. I think it was July 6th or 7th. I woke up in the morning and I heard pop. Sounded like a gunshot. Something went wrong with my computer. Went down. When I got over to it, I noticed that the motherboard was bad now. The power supply is bad, and that the pump went bad. So there went the liquid cooling. So I'm on a backup PC right now. So that took a few days. I was planning on coming back on the 12th. On the 12th, I made a left at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm driving down the road about 30 miles an hour. Had a red light coming up, but couldn't even reach the full speed limit of 40 miles an hour. Somebody pulled out the side of me, smacked right into me. They T-boned. What's up, Scrog? They T-boned into the side of my car, slid me over about 4 feet. Since then, I've been going through physical therapy because of the way they T-boned me. My elbow, the way I drive, I always have my elbow between my gut and the center, like the damn thing. It's like a center console thing. So I always got my arm there when I'm driving in case I change gears. And it's just force of habit because I drove a stick a few times and got used to it. But the way that I got jarred, I kind of went up like this, and because of the way I landed, I tore something in the muscle. It's called the rhomboid muscle between my spine and my shoulder. Feels like there's a knife there all the time. Well, going through physical therapy, the shock, I can't think of the name of the machines, but they've been running it on from shoulder to shoulder. It's feeling a lot better. But I didn't want to go live after that and just complain the whole time because I was in pain. So I'm back now. Reactions. I've got 3 sitting on my computer, 4 sitting on my computer right now. Just, I get home from work, go to physical therapy. By the time I'm done there, I walk out of there, I'm dizzy. For about 10 minutes, I sit in my car after that, and then I drive home. And I'm just busy. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much exactly, Scrog. So now I'm here, and me and Sith was talking, and I was like, look, why don't we do a podcast? Why don't we talk about random things? Why don't we talk about ancient history that's being brought up now for some major find or something like that? Talk about music, possibly down the road, interview people, but be able to have a conversation and still keep it interactive. Because the most important thing for me when it comes to streaming is having it interactive, where you can ask questions in chat and I could respond and vice versa. I see a lot of these people and they only take super chats. I
Yeah, I
don't feel
hate that.
comfortable with that. Don't get me wrong. If somebody puts a super chat in, yeah, I might look at that first and make that priority by default because human nature, hey, you're looking at something that's lighting up in front of you.
Right.
So it's going to get my attention. Unless I'm reading a comment, I'm just going to ignore it and go back to that situation. But I like having the interactive. Too many
Right.
people have their voices taken away, and even if it's a comment on a YouTube video that's not in any way like inappropriate, and it allows that person to have the voice, and it's something they really want to say, I feel better that they got that chance to say it. So that's why I'm doing it this way here. This is a Savages Ain't Not Saints thing, so you don't just have me. You're gonna have Sith, and we'll find somebody for backup if one of us can't make it. However,
Right.
let's go into the first topics.
Hey, I got a question for you real quick.
Nope, you can hold that question. Let's go into a topic first, because you never answered mine. Is it still a desert?
If you just go with a blowtorch, yeah.
No. I mean, you're going to create how much water?
Well, with just a
Some
single
of
blowtorch?
with a single blowtorch. Because some of the locations, like other deserts, they don't get water at all.
Right. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
It's going to
'Cause
evaporate,
it's
but
a
it's going to become
desert
mist.
under ice.
No, it's a desert on ice. Because it's so cold, it doesn't get the opportunity to have water because it's so too cold for water.
Right, it's just frozen.
Bingo.
Ah, that's a very good question.
It's something to just trip your mind up a little bit. And now, for anybody that's wondering, we're going to ask more questions like that through all of these podcasts because I think asking really random, stupid questions that'll make you think, but people wouldn't normally ask them because it just sounds so stupid in your own head to ask that question itself. So you don't want to ask it to somebody.
Right?
And I look, I'll be honest. I seen a video on TikTok, and the question was, where are hamsters at in the wild? And it was funny as hell. And it's like a podcast needs to have questions like that. That's
I
why it's
like
called
that, Phil.
dry
That's a
ice.
very good answer. And that's another thing is when we ask these weird ass questions, we're gonna get awesome comments. You know what I mean? Because everybody can feel free to throw, we'll
That's
figure something out.
that's what I want it to be. Too much language is dictated by everybody else now. I don't
Right.
like that. Let's go right into music. What song are you looking forward to reacting to next that you haven't reacted to?
Mm. Honestly, and I haven't listened to it yet, and it's driving me insane. The Dax Deer Alcohol Super Mega Mix.
Listen to it. It's pretty good. It really is. I'm not going to tell you anything more than that, but it's pretty good. I've got the Tom McDonald songs that he come out with. I had never reacted to, never got to listen to. I've got the Mises songs that he come out. There's two of them. Haven't had a chance to react to. But the one I'm most looking forward to, because of the way that it threw me off guard the first time I heard this artist, would have to be the Samson. What About Us? It's his new one. I got to check that one out.
Oh, yeah. Just his whole style, yeah.
Yeah, I still don't drink Scrog. Yeah, he come out with a new one, and I heard 5 seconds of it, and the line I can't even repeat because it's not the song, but it was so funny, and that was all I got was 5 seconds, so I swiped it real quick so I didn't hear any more of it. Like, all right, I know what I got to do. And I got off of work the other day, and I come home and I pulled it up instantly so I didn't forget about it.
Yeah, I like that dude. I really do. I've been listening to more of his music. I can't comment on the Mises thing because I'm stuck.
Why is that?
Because I'll be honest with you, we got a little bit of fireworks in the background.
That's
Um,
fine.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't realize the kind of talent that that man had until I started listening to like his early stuff and just kind of I was like 3 songs in, I was like, no, 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 no. No, this we got to figure out how to react to like that dude is an amazing artist. Amazing.
Yeah, he's completely in a different realm than other rappers because of the way his music is. It's like he
Yes.
produces it not only so well, but so impactful with statements. Like if we was to compare Mises and Tom McDonald has the words to get you excited, but it's a
Right.
temporary excitement. Mises, on the other hand, whenever he's making his music, it's like he's got the words to not necessarily get you excited, but to get you to focus and think. And
Yes.
that's what I like about, I mean, both of them, they're different feelings. But that's what I like when it comes to Mises, is a lot of his music you could either relate to and it'll make you like think back on times. For instance, he has a song
Yep.
where he was talking about somebody who passed away. And it basically broke me down in tears because I had just lost a friend. So I was able to relate so well with in
Oh
Upchurch,
yeah.
he's another one. He can make music that can make you rowdy. He can make music that can make you sit back, relax, and just want to spend time with your woman or your man or whatever you prefer to call them. It's not my opinion, and I'm not making your choice.
That man though. Oh my lord. I don't think there's a genre of music that Upchurch can't do.
I agree. I think that remember back in the day when they had all them artists come together and they did
Yeah.
that event for I forget what happened, but all those artists come together and they sang that song together, "We Are the World" or whatever.
Yeah.
Now, just imagine if we had a new age version, a different song completely, but a new age version of that where we got like Jelly, Upchurch. Yep, I'm still alive, Mickey. But we would have Jelly, Upchurch, Mises, Tom McDonald, and so many other artists who just come back and forth.
Oh yeah.
Imagine the creation that that could have.
Oh yeah. Especially with all of the independent artists.
Yeah, I'm not talking any of the people. Look, let's be honest, independent artists, they're not getting killed left and right.
Right.
It's the ones on the record labels, and I'm not saying that to disrespect any artist, but I watch a few different shows. I don't even watch them. I listen to them when I'm at work. And it's a lot of the times they're talking about current events where artists are losing what they were given, losing their life due to
Yep.
other people or just crazy things happening. And I understand that you become a big target when you become a big artist, but
Oh yeah.
it doesn't seem like the
It
independent ones are becoming them targets. It's the ones signing the labels and just going back to families' houses or something like that and not being safe about it.
because they know that once you're on that label is paying you bank.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And then, I mean, you see a lot of the rock artists. See, we listen to a lot of the ones that aren't focused on heavy drugs and things like that.
Right.
But think of a lot of the artists that we've only reacted to one or two times, and it's like, wait, this person just sounds like they're in bad shape. Like, I don't
Oh
want to
yeah.
react to somebody and contribute to them going and harming themselves or something of that nature. So I see it. It's just, what is it with mainstream music?
I don't know.
Major label music seems like they're emotionally damaged one way or another.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's because of the heat waves. I've seen the heat waves. I really have. I've been paying attention to the Lake Mead situation for the last 2 or 3 months now. I think it's crazy. I think they're holding too much water back also, but that's not my place to say. I'm not over there. Do
Right.
you know anything about the situation there?
Lake Mead, that's the Hoover Dam.
Yeah, and the Colorado River, and the
Yeah.
90% of power to Vegas.
Yep.
Um, yeah,
I watch a YouTuber that like every couple days he does a video where he goes down and it's farther down than it was before.
we probably watched some of the same ones, but I watched many more than just one. I think it got to 118 degrees here a week ago. You're in California, right, Phil? Or 113? It was hot. I agree. It was 90 some degrees, 98 degrees with high humidity just a week ago. Just think about the pain I was going through every time I went outside and dealt with the moisture. Um,
Oregon. Nice.
yeah, so you're on a West Coast though. Uh, it's just these heat waves are crazy. They really are.
Hey, it's a little bit warm where I live, but like it's to be expected.
See, that's the thing. I wonder if this is something that could be expected. The labels are lost, all the profits are gone, so they don't know how to manage their artists. The holy crap, Oregon can get that hot. Um, yeah, I agree with you, Mickey, on that. A lot of the labels are lost, and look at some of them that get the lifetime contracts. We own your contract for life. We keep your masters for life. Things like
Yep.
that, and then it's like taken away from those artists from actually having the real pride and opportunity. Hey, I'm going to make this song. This is going to last with me the rest of my life. No, we're going to take that too. That's the dumb thing, I think.
And I think that contributes to a lot of it too, because with these label artists, like you put a lot of time and effort into these songs. You know what I mean? Like I started writing, so I'm starting to get it a little bit. But like that's your baby, you know what I mean? And over time,
Yeah,
as this label just keeps taking and taking and taking, yeah, you're getting that money, but you're seeing all of the good that you're trying to do. They're taking the credit for it.
and it doesn't help. I mean, that's why I think when it comes to YouTube, they should kind of back off a little bit on the artists. If the artists are talking about hot topics in general, as long as they're not encouraging the typical laws don't encourage somebody to hurt somebody else. But
Right.
I think they should be able to have those hot topics in their music because a lot of them will make you think. There's an artist, Vinny Paz. He has the End of Days, I think is the name of the song. And he talks about some crazy things. And yeah, they might not be real. They might be real. But it makes you think. And then you actually go and do research on your own just to
Right.
find out if it's legit. I think when YouTube interferes with music like that, it's actually harming the independent industry. YouTube itself can pretty much create labels by allowing artists to make music.
Oh
But
yeah.
when I've seen a lot of songs get clipped where the video gets pulled. Why? Because they talked about something that they shouldn't. Well, damn it, this is America and we should be able to do that. Okay,
Right.
so let's move on to the next topic because we could stay here on music all night. It's just
Well,
some of it's horrible.
I
Some of the contracts, not the music. But some of the music is horrible.
so I think I finally hit 500 just now.
There we go. Yeah, hey,
So
we're trying to get Sith to 1,000 subscribers. So, how you doing, Sean? Where are we from? I'm from Ohio. Well, I'm from
and I'm
Pennsylvania, but I
originally
live in Ohio. I think I live close to you.
yeah,
And
he's originally Pennsylvania, now Ohio. I'm originally New York, now Florida.
all right, Phil, it was nice seeing you. Yeah, Sith just moved to Florida from Cali. No, New York.
New
Sorry.
York.
Um,
They're one and the same.
no, you keep trying to talk to me about something. Yeah, Sean, I think I live close to you actually, but you keep trying to talk to me about something, and I've told you shut up a few times. Let's go ahead and talk about it now that we're on stream. What about this damn sinkhole?
So yeah, there's a sinkhole in Chile. It's been in the news a lot lately. This thing is crazy. So moving to Florida, Florida is famous for sinkholes. So I kind of pay attention to sinkholes when they are found. But this particular sinkhole is as deep as the Leaning Tower of Pisa is tall.
Would you
And it's a
skydive in
hundred.
it?
Would I skydive in it? No.
I would.
Would you?
I'm dumb enough. Give me a hover suit and an airboard. I'll try.
Well, what really got me about this particular one, like you would see sinkholes, whatever, cool, it's just a big hole. But this one, for as deep as it goes, it is perfectly round.
Well, I pulled up something on it. It's not perfect. It's kind of close though.
But you
However,
you even the
however,
inside though, you see how smooth it is? It's like a
they said it was wide enough to swallow the whole White House. 100 feet. It's more than 100 feet across and 6 times as deep. But there's a catch. There's a huge catch on it. The main contributing factor, it's on top of a mine.
right.
So the gaping 104-foot wide hole appeared Sunday, July 30th in rural outside of town, Tierra Amarilla, about 500 miles north of the capital, Santiago. So basically, a circle is simplest shape to form naturally. Yeah, Scrog is right on it. But basically, it's above a mine. So it's bound to happen.
Right. Well, the
Depending on the density.
what got me about the whole thing is the official whomever in Chile. He said they were lucky, but they're really worried with a sinkhole this big opening up as fast as it did. This one happened in a rural area. What they're worried about is another one opening up like in the middle of the city.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're mining under their city.
Right.
Eventually, there's going to be nothing there to hold it up.
Well, I mean, common sense would tell you that, but
Let's just say I would never be a miner there. But I mean,
right?
we've had situation with mines causing all kinds of crazy things to happen. Look at Centralia. They put garbage in the hole in the mine and lit it on fire. It caught a vein, and now it's still burning. What, 40 years later, 50 years later, or something?
Oh yeah.
And that's right in Pennsylvania. The whole city had to move out because it was leaving toxic uh, fumes.
Smoke. Yeah.
So it's just the whole thing's crazy. Look, Japan and Russia has been digging in these holes for years now. Some of it has came back where the people didn't want to go back down because they heard noises that they said they never could get out of their head. That's what I want to know. What's going on? What's down there? Or
Yeah.
I would love for them to take LiDAR and run it over Egypt. Run a
Right.
whole scan of Egypt with LiDAR. Because I think you'd find more. I know you'd find more. They there was somewhere they just in 2020 they found a whole city under a whole catacomb under the sand. So I feel that we are
Yeah.
being lied to by Zaha Hawass. He admitted to it. Now they say that there's nothing there. But no, like the reconstruction in 2018, Jimmy from Brightside, he missed the boot. That's the stake. I don't know. Sounds like two drunk stoned were having fun would have caused something like that fire. Yeah, but it was actually the mayor. Check outside. Or she went to the store. But I think it was actually the mayor who gave the okay to do that in Centralia. Anybody could look it up and find more information. I might be wrong on some of it, but I'm pretty sure it started by them loading the mine with trash and igniting.
Methane gas.
No, she went to the other store. What's that?
Methane gas if it's garbage.
Here, I will tell you right now.
Somebody flicks a cigarette at that, it goes boom. So while you're doing that, I have a question for you.
Go for it.
What were electric eels called before electricity?
Electrophorus. I don't know. Electrophorus. I play a video game once in a while and it has Electrophorus and it's a dinosaur based game. Let's see. Soon a fire was raging in coal seam beneath Centralia. It spread to mine tunnels beneath the town streets, and the local mines closed due to unsafe carbon monoxide levels. Multiple attempts were made to excavate and put out the fire, but they all failed. And that is on history.com.
No, Scrog, it's not. It was a question that I saw asked in another forum, and literally nobody could really come up with an exact name.
I would say Electrophorus. Who knows? Now here's one. Why can't Centralia mine fire be excavated? A Centralia mine fire could feasibly be excavated, but it would be a very large and expensive project. The cost for the project to completely extinguish the mine fire is currently beyond capacity of Pennsylvania's AML program to address. Whatever the hell that means. So in other words, they can't afford it because it's Pennsylvania. One of our landfills has a methane torch that burns off the gas continually.
Yeah, most of them do now.
I could see that. It wasn't intelligent there, though.
Well, I mean,
Okay. So now for the next part. What do we got? What else we got going on here? You're in Florida. What's been going on in your news? Anything funny down there happening? Because it's Florida. Everything's funny down
oh God, where do I start?
Scrog, but the problem is we have politicians, and I'm not trying to do any political things on here in any way, but the answer to that is we have politicians and other people in the government that don't know what the hell they're talking about or doing in the first place. So them to be able to use gas in a productive manner, yeah. If Nancy Pelosi's trying to avoid her husband pulling a blanket over her head when she rips it, I mean, they'll go after cows, but I don't see how that's going to help. That wasn't that one thing. Go ahead.
This one I could have turned into a joke, but it's these things don't happen in very many places. So there was a tractor trailer. This was earlier this week. A tractor trailer hauling 10,000 frozen turkeys catches on fire in the middle of the I-4.
Did they cook them?
No reason. Just
did they pass them out?
I don't know, but that's a hell of a way to get roasted turkey.
Look, let me go. If it's still on fire when I get there, I'm pulling one out. It should be damn near cooked. I'll
Right?
be a guinea pig. Then I'll put my key in my trunk and I'll go lay in the back seat and take a nap. And it ain't got nothing to do with alcohol, but turkey has that chemical that makes you tired.
Yep.
It doesn't surprise me though.
So
It really doesn't. Was
The
it by
biggest
chance an
thing
electric
we've got
truck
going
hauling
on
them?
right now,
Scrog,
besides,
hold on,
the
I got a
average
question.
crime.
Hold on, Sith. Scrog says, was it by chance an electric truck hauling them?
No.
Okay, now go ahead.
um, so recently, especially here in the area where I live, the Volusia County, there's been an influx of very playful black bears. They're not attacking people, but they're trying to get into people's bird feeders or whatever, and people are getting videos of this, and they post them on the news. And these bears are just like they're cubs, but it's like they're little
And
puppies
this
or
is in
like
Florida, right?
yes,
Okay, so now I remember a year or two ago. Well, last year you guys had the iguana problem down there, and a couple years
yes.
before that you had the big ass snake problem. Look, you ain't gonna have no problems with bears. The bears are gonna be eating iguanas and eating the snakes, and you are good to go.
Well, the biggest thing with the iguanas down here, there was a serious overpopulation of them. So there's now kind of like deer season for you guys, there's iguana season down here. But if the temperature here gets below like 30, 32, we actually get a warning on cell phones, TV, everything. Just like if we were getting a tornado or whatever, that you have to be careful walking around once it drops below that temperature because frozen iguanas will drop out of trees and hit you in the head.
That does not surprise me at all. That really
It
doesn't.
actually comes up. It says beware of falling iguanas.
That's what Scrog was saying. Weren't they dropping out of trees?
Yep.
That is great. So, how about this one? 12,000-year-old human footprints found among the oldest ever found in the U.S.
I told you you should have swept those away.
Nah, I think it was a relation like my mom. No, if my mom watches this, don't kill me. But at least 88 human footprints believed to date back more than 12,000 years ago in the grounds of a Utah military base.
That is crazy.
Absolutely, it is. I think that we're wrong. I really think that we're wrong when it comes to all the timelines and everything like that. Up in Asheville, where my daughter lives, they have a family of bears that roam the neighborhood, and they even broke into her carport and cleaned out her freezer.
Oh yeah,
Wow,
they're
I'd
good
be
at that.
pissed.
There's a video. I'll have to send it to Chills and maybe we can play it for the next podcast. This
Yeah,
bear
absolutely.
actually comes up on the back porch, opens this guy's refrigerator, and is rustling through the refrigerator like a human. Like just on back legs, just looking for something to eat.
Yeah,
Never
I'm with you,
bothers him.
Scrog.
He comes outside, yells at it, and it runs off.
Now we did break down while we're doing the interactive and everything. So, not to change subject, but just because I didn't want to forget about it, I did forget about it. Anyway, the 12,000-year-old footprints. Can you imagine what was going on in that time? Because I think we'd all be wrong by what we would think. You think they were cavemen then?
No,
I don't think there's been cavemen for 200,000 years.
no. But that's a crazy thought because that's a time period that isn't even really in a whole lot of like textbooks or any of that.
Yeah, but they have the Choctaw or Cohica or whatever they were. They found like remnants of a tribe from 12,000 years ago here. But now they're
Yeah.
finding footprints on the other side because I think it was Louisiana or Florida or something where they found it originally. Now they're talking Utah. Think about the difference. We got to quit thinking that we know everything and start taking things for what they are. Once Now, people might think that I'm crazy for this thought, but I still believe Edgar Cayce was right when he spoke about Hall of Records. I just don't know if he was right about the actual location. But I believe that there is a Hall of Records somewhere in the United States, and it might just well be what we have listed in the Vatican. But I think that we're off big time. That was one of Brigham's wives, says Scrog. But yeah, I think that the real truth of the hidden civilization or the previous civilizations is hidden from us. The earliest Mormon settler. What do you think? Do you think that human species have only been evolving for 10,000 years?
Oh yeah.
Is it only 10,000 years?
Oh no, much, much longer than that.
Do you know anything about time dilation with the moon?
No.
Okay, so time dilation with the moon is the moon causes the earth to slow down. So if we didn't have a moon, the days would be 4 hours a day. Just four. So when the moon came into the solar system or into our solar system around our planet, it made it from 4 to 24. We estimate we're 20% off on carbon dating done by the methods.
You
What
say
if
methods or methods?
the carbon 14 dating? But what if we
I know I
was
was cracking a joke.
yeah, what if we were only off because of time dilation? That's the type of things that I
Mm,
think about. Because if the moon came later than we believe, then that could be why everything is so off when it comes to be dated.
right. It would definitely make sense.
Well, let's think about it from a religious perspective. And in many of the different religions, they speak of people being 300 and 400 years old. If you only have 4 hour days,
Right.
think about it.
It would make sense. You'd be 300 or 400 years old.
I mean, 4 times 6 is 24. If it's 4 hours per day. You got to add another shit 20 hours.
Yeah.
So that's 6 days per day. That time era does seem pretty big. Yes, absolutely. But if you think about like I've been looking into a lot of the ancient history, like that's what I've been focused on for a little bit now. For actually about the last month I've really been focusing on it. But before that it was always something that I'd either learned about in school or I investigated or things of that nature. But I believe that we're very far off from the timeline. And every time we find something that could give us more of an accurate timeline, it's destroyed, like the statues in Iraq.
Right.
However, what's the future of the podcast? Go ahead, Sith.
Um, I don't know. I'm thinking every Saturday,
8
random
p.m.
topics. 8 p.m. works for me.
And not only random topics, but I'm going to add this one for all of us. People can suggest in the comments of the previous week's podcast, like leave a comment after this podcast on a topic you want us to talk about. And then when Sith is doing it on his channel, same thing with him, where somebody will be able to leave a comment there. We'll pull the two best ideas and we'll also have a discussion on that, or however. We are going to try to see about possibly getting interviews and things of that nature. So that way the podcast can get real interesting, not just two jackasses talking back and forth.
Interviews might not always be like related to music either. It could be anybody.
That's what I'm saying. So we are going to end it. We've been going for 45 minutes. That's about where I wanted to be. So
it's good to be back.
Yeah. I'm cHiLzTheSavage, and that's Sith. You can check out Sith on his channel, Sith Turned Jedi, TURNT. because he can't spell correctly. He went to schools in New York. That explains it all. And you find me right where you're at. cHiLzTheSavage. However, for right now, we're out of here. And look forward to the Mises reactions, the Tom McDonald reactions, and the Samson reactions coming soon. Just not exactly sure when. Possibly tomorrow, possibly the next day. Everything's up in the air. I'm always busy. So with that being said, leave your comment and let us know what you want. Until then, stay savage. We're getting